is News 3 Now at 6.
In the past 24 hours, Madison has seen 2 homicides. One at an East Side hotel last night left an 18-year-old dead. Jamie Perez will have an update on that investigation.
But first, police are working on an active scene right now where a man was found dead in the passenger seat of a car. Madeline O'Neill is live on Madison's north side. Maddie?
Well, we're here near Northport and North Sherman Avenue near the East Bluff condominium homes. Police just left about 20 minutes ago. This is where officers originally responded about 2:40 this afternoon. They say witnesses tell them they saw 2 vehicles driving in this area when at least one person fired at another car in their vehicle. Then police say one of the vehicles stopped about 2 miles south in the 400 block of North Sherman Avenue, where officers found a man dead in the passenger seat from an apparent gunshot wound. 2 residents in this area tell us they usually think of their neighborhood as quiet and safe.
Police car everywhere, at least 12 of them. And I asked my husband what's going on. He said he can't see anything. And we were told there was a shootout earlier. And it ended up down here.
In the past hour, just past 5, we also saw the scene cleared at the 400 block of North Sherman after a car was towed away. Anyone with information about this is asked to call Madison area Crime Stoppers. We're still hoping to hear more from police on what happened here today. We'll have an update tonight at 10.
Maddie, thank you. Madison police are still investigating a homicide from last night where a man has died from a gunshot wound to the head.
Officers responded to the shooting outside the Red Roof Inn. This was about 8 o'clock last night. Our Jamie Perez joins us from the scene where it happened, and she has an update. Jamie?
Madison police say the suspect fled on foot after shooting that 18-year-old victim just outside of the Red Roof Hotel here on Madison's east side. Now, we were here last night on scene as Madison police were investigating. Chief Vic Wall said he believes the 2 knew each other and that this was an isolated incident. He also commented on the fact that given everything that's happened in the past month, including an increase in the department's response to shots fired calls, this is a lot for the department to handle right now.
Had a lot of shots fired incidents and a number of really labor resource intensive cases that we're investigating now and following up on. And we're still dealing with COVID-19 and the pandemic. So it's a real strain on the department, and it's been a real challenge for our people to keep up with what's going on.
MPD is currently reviewing surveillance video from this area and interviewing witnesses for any potential leads on this. If you were in the area yesterday and saw anything suspicious, they are asking you to call Madison Area Crime Stoppers.
Jamie, thank you.
The Dane County Medical Examiner has identified the victim at an officer-involved death retention pond off the Yahara River in Monona. Autopsy results show 21-year-old Rodney Freeman Jr. died from drowning. The Department of Justice is investigating the death, and the involved officers are on administrative leave. Officials say the officers recognized Freeman's car was of interest in connection to violent crimes in Madison. Freeman reportedly sped past officers, crashed into a tree, and then left on foot. A canine was not able to track him. Now, according to a criminal complaint, Freeman was facing 3 counts of attempted first-degree intentional homicide and 1 count of first-degree reckless injury. Now, this was in connection to an incident on April 1st where 2 people were shot in broad daylight near Reynolds Park across from Bree Stevens Field. According to a complaint, 1 victim was uninvolved and happened to be walking in the area when shots rang out. Another victim was shot in the passenger seat of a car. The driver of the car believes they were being targeted and chased by the shooter because of a fight at Easttown Mall back in October of 2018.
Next at 6, the heat continues. Let's check your first warn forecast with Chief Meteorologist Gary Canaldi.
And so does the humidity, too. And the combination is going to make it feel very warm over the next few days. Let's start out by taking a look at visible cloud track. Had sunshine for much of the day today. That also helped warm things up. There are more clouds to the south and west across eastern Iowa, where there have been a few scattered showers and thunderstorms. But for the most part, they've been west of the Mississippi River. We'll zoom in, and you can see a few of those showers and storms may have just clipped far southwestern portions of Grant County around Cassville, but for the most part, just about the rest of southern Wisconsin right now, free of precipitation. It's possible there could be a shower or thunderstorm south and west of Madison overnight. Temperatures right now, middle to upper 80s across southern Wisconsin. Madison and Janesville both at 84, but it feels a degree warmer because of the humidity. Dew point temperatures are in the 60s, but notice out toward the Mississippi River, they're even higher in the lower 70s. That's where the air is very humid. And look for a chance of showers and thunderstorms, again, mainly over southwestern Wisconsin tonight. Low temperatures dropping into the middle 60s. Highs tomorrow back in the upper 80s with a chance of a shower or thunderstorm in the afternoon or evening. More heat and humidity continues into the holiday weekend. I'll have the forecast in a few minutes.
To our coronavirus headlines now. State and local health officials confirm more than 500 new cases today, down from about 600 yesterday. 2 more people have died. 79% of positive cases have recovered. The percentage of new positive tests continues to see a gradual decline. Of the more than 12,000 people tested in the past 24 hours, 4.3% of tests came back positive. That is a slight drop from yesterday's 4.7%. 70 new cases have been confirmed in Dane County today. Bars and restaurants are being ordered to decrease capacity after health officials say they are responsible for a spike in COVID cases.
Adam Duxter live downtown with why some are saying these changes are unlawful. Adam?
Yeah, Eric and Charlotte, starting tomorrow, restaurants in Dane County will be limited to just a quarter of their capacity, while bars will not be allowed in-person customers. Those behind this decision say the data was driving the need for a change.
As coronavirus community testing at the Alliant Energy Center continues into its 8th week, health officials say the recent spike in cases has them concerned.
We cannot keep moving in this direction. It threatens our most vulnerable neighbors, it threatens our economy, and it threatens all of our health and well-being.
After totaling 475 cases during the first 3 weeks of June, Dane County has seen nearly 700 positive cases in just the last week alone.
When this pandemic began, I said there would be a beginning, a middle, and an end. Unfortunately, we are likely not even quite yet to the middle of this event.
Also up in Dane County, community spread, up 13% the past 2 weeks. Health officials say of the new cases, roughly half are linked to bars, with the average age of new cases being 23.
We need individuals and businesses alike to take this public health threat seriously and know that we are enforcing the public health orders.
Tonight, the state's Tavern League is responding, saying shutting down taverns is a direct conflict with the Wisconsin Supreme Court decision, Wisconsin Legislature versus Palm. And these unlawful orders are causing irreparable financial harm to their small businesses, families, and employees.
And tonight, the Tavern League is saying it's, quote, convenient that county health leaders are focusing on crowds at bars and not crowds we've seen for demonstrations and protests in recent weeks here in Madison. However, county health officials say today they're only able to link 12 new positive cases to the protests we've seen here in town.
Breaking news tonight, a judge has thrown out Racine's coronavirus ordinance as unconstitutional. The Racine County Circuit judge said the plan violated Wisconsin's constitution because it interfered with the right to assemble. The judge also said the ordinance was so broadly written that, quote, no average person of ordinary intelligence can make sense of its sprawling breadth. The city could adopt a new plan if it's written more narrowly.
New at 6, Michelangelo's Coffee House on State Street posted about its new mask-wearing policy on Facebook after an employee said she and a coworker were fired for trying to implement a mask policy the day before. The woman posted on Twitter saying she hung a, quote, masks required sign in the store and was fired for her attempt to hold the store hostage. We spoke with the owner of the coffee shop today who said the two were not fired, that they threatened to quit unless the store required all customers to wear a mask. The owner said given how business has been struggling due to the pandemic, he didn't want to turn customers away for not wearing one.
It was pretty short-sighted what they did. I protect and I value life, and I am for masks, but I want to see a mandate from government.
The store employees have all since agreed to wear masks while working and strongly recommend customers wear a mask as well. We reached out to the employees who posted about their experience on Facebook, but they declined an interview.
Developing tonight, Madison police say a person of interest has been arrested in an arson attack on the city-county building a week ago. Officials say 26-year-old Marquand Clark was taken into custody on a probation hold following a traffic stop near Verona Road. The ATF was offering a $5,000 reward for information on the person responsible for throwing a firebomb at the building. This happened the night of protest against the arrest of Devon Ray Johnson, who was arrested after using a megaphone and carrying a baseball bat in a restaurant. He now faces federal extortion charges. The senator who says he was assaulted by protesters that same night announced he had a successful surgery. Senator Tim Carpenter of Milwaukee says he is confident he will make a full recovery and that he appreciates the cards and well wishes people have sent. Carpenter says he was trying to take a photo of the protesters when he was attacked, fell to the ground and was beaten by the group. Madison police are working to identify the attackers.
A group of legislators is trying to strengthen state laws to protect statues like the ones we saw torn down during protests. Amy Reed explains more about what this bill would change. Amy?
This bill, still in its draft stages, makes it a felony to damage or graffiti any structure, plaque, statue, painting, or other monument of commemorative or historical significance that is on public property or maintained by the government. This proposed legislation is coming after statues were torn down at the Capitol during protests. It had at least three bipartisan supporters right now, including the state senator who says he was attacked that same night. Current law relating to damage or graffiti to historical property requires the property be listed on a registry of prominent features in the landscape of state-owned land, but Class I felonies also already cover property valued higher than $2,500. We reached out to Capitol Police to see if what happened to the statues is already covered under state law, but they did not get back to us. If this provision did make it into the law, and it still has many steps before then, the penalty for whoever damaged historical property would be up to 3.5 years in prison, a $10,000 fine, or both.
Amy Reed live tonight. Amy, thank you. A man on a mission to walk 1,000 miles from Huntsville, Alabama to Minneapolis stopped in Madison today. Terry Willis is marching for change, justice, and equality. According to a GoFundMe page, he's raising money to start a nonprofit focused on teaching people with a criminal history to work, anywhere from cutting hair to carpentry. Willis has a $50,000 goal and so far has raised more than $31,000. If you're interested in supporting him, the GoFundMe page is called 1,000 Mile March for Change, Justice, and Equality.
Next at 6, the coronavirus pandemic has led to an increase in fireworks sales. We'll explain why a local shop is seeing a higher demand than ever before. Next.
Oh my gosh. Wow. Who am I?
Wow, is that really me?
Hi, I'm Annette, and I'm an actress. Under eye bags and wrinkles are so frustrating. They're so hard to hide and so hard to get rid of. I came across Plexiderm, and I was so excited. We have a model. His name is Richie, and all he's doing is taking a small amount. It's so powerful. That's all it takes. This 4th of July, in just 10 minutes, you'll look incredible. This is something that you can do in the convenience of your own home. It's a cream. It's a topical. It literally creates an invisible layer that tightens the skin and smooths it out. All you do is gently rub it underneath your eyes, on your fine lines and wrinkles, and it visibly disappears in as little as 10 minutes.
My real true opinion is holy words I can't say on camera. This is absolutely unbelievable. I mean, I could feel it just lifting my skin. It was amazing. It feels good. It feels great. Looks even better.
I can't even believe that this worked. I was a little skeptical, I am not going to lie, because I saw people online with it. I'm like, yeah, right, that can't possibly work. I'm telling you, it really works.
I thought I might see a little difference, but to see that big of a difference, and you know, I felt something happening, but I had no idea. Like, I have so many dark circles, I have the puffiness, I have the lines. Like, it's amazing. I love it.
I did this to my father at home because I was skeptical. Yes, I admit it. 4 minutes, 34 seconds. The appearance of his under eye bag was completely gone. We were screaming. You have an event, you have any of those moments where you want to feel the best about yourself. I am telling you, the videos that you see on social media and TV are real. This 4th of July is the best time to get Plexiderm for $14.95 and see it work for yourself after your first application. Your solution is at plexidermtrial.com or call the number on your screen.
You are watching News 3 Now at 6.
The Wisconsin Supreme Court says it won't hear oral arguments in a lawsuit seeking to delete thousands of voters from the rolls until at least September. That's raising questions about whether the justices will rule on the case before the November 3rd presidential election. The lawsuit looks to remove 129,000 names of voters who may have moved. The justices voted 5-2 to take up the case as part of their regular schedule. That means the earliest that oral arguments could be held is September 29th. The University of of Wisconsin system officially has a new leader. Former Governor Tommy Thompson took office today. He says he'll be the UW system's biggest advocate, cheerleader, and also toughest evaluator to make sure everyone's doing their job correctly. Thompson's team announced the creation of the listening post for Wisconsin residents and UW students, faculty, and staff to ask questions and offer ideas.
Tonight, there's an opportunity to learn about the second candidate for the Madison School District Superintendent position. Dr. Carol Kelly will participate in a Facebook live stream event so that students, staff, and the community can learn more about her. That's tonight, 7:15 p.m., and that'll be on the school district's Facebook page. Last night, the other candidate, Dr. Carlton Jenkins, laid out his plan for the school district. He said he was excited to be back home. Jenkins started his career at Madison Memorial High School back in 1993 after earning his master's degree from UW-Madison and later his doctorate. Looking ahead to the 4th of July, personal fireworks sales are on the rise as professional shows are being canceled due to coronavirus. While the average person at Savior Fireworks still spends roughly $150 per order, new customer traffic flow has increased by about 50%. Owner Andrew Obrecht says industry retailers have never seen a year like this before.
There are a lot of new customers. I've actually gotten feedback from the customers. They'll tell me like, hey, we normally just go as a family and watch the professional fireworks, down at the conference center, over the lake, but we can't do that this year.
Well, with the increase in newcomers, Obrecht says he is sure to offer individual safety instructions to all of his customers. He also recommends they be familiar with the laws around recreational firework use in their area.
Coming up in sports, the Packers' first and second round picks make it official. Sports director Zach Hanley shares how quarterback Jordan Love has been preparing for his rookie season. And the hot, muggy weather continues through the 4th of July weekend. Gary has an update on chances for showers and storms next.
It's time to celebrate at Furniture and Appliance Mart's Stars and Stripes event. Save up to 50% off all appliances, plus 18 months financing with no minimum purchase, and free doorstep drop-off from Wisconsin's own Furniture and Appliance Mart inside Ashley HOMESTORE off the Beltline.
Let's summer. Let's dine out by truly dining out. Let's send smoke signals to the neighbors, then serve up the freshest of food with a side of fresh air. Let's raise our tongs to tasty by introducing our grills to new thrills and make mouths water more than a backyard slip and slide. Let's live a little more by having another s'more. Because summer is here, and no one does summer like Festival Foods.
Save big money in your next project with 11% off everything now at Menards. Give your bathroom a new look with Lions. The 48-inch linear seated shower has an easy-to-clean ultra gloss finish and includes walls and shower base. Now 11% off. Have constant hot water with an Encore high-efficiency tankless water heater from Richmond. $959.99 after 11% off. Stop waiting and start saving with 11% off everything now at Menards.
Save big money at Menards.
As the weather gets warmer, get outside and see all the beauty Wisconsin has to offer. And let Meineke get you there safely. Make an appointment and save $20 on any oil change package. Prices starting as low as $14.99. Meineke Car Care Center is here to help.
On the road again. Just can't wait to get on the road again. Life I love is making music with my friends. And I can't wait to get on the road again. On the road again.
The open road is open again. And wherever you're headed, Choice Hotels is there. Book direct at choicehotels.com.
Constant hand washing causes hands to dry and crack. Try O'Keeffe's Working Hands. It's America's #1 hand cream for guaranteed relief of dry, cracked hands. Also available in O'Keeffe's for healthy feet. Guaranteed relief for extremely dry, cracked feet.
Salute massive savings at Ashley HOMESTORE's Stars and Stripes event. Save up to 60% off. Plus, take a bonus 10% off our sale prices at checkout. And interest-free financing for 3 years on top of our very best deals. Ashley HOMESTORE. This is home.
Just put the words partly sunny, very warm and humid in the forecast, and just kind of repeat it for the next 10 days. We'll just change it to hot for Saturday and Sunday when high temperatures will hit the 90-degree mark. But other than that, high temperatures will be in the upper 80s. And 3 things you need to know in the forecast: that warm weather will continue until further notice. High temperatures, upper 80s for tomorrow and for Friday. The humidity levels are going to stay high. Dew points are in the middle 60s in the Madison area, but in the lower 70s out toward the Mississippi River, and eventually just about everybody will see those lower 70-degree dew points. And it'll be hot this weekend. High temperatures in the lower 90s. With you figuring in the humidity, the heat index will be up around 100 degrees. But we're not seeing much in the way of thunderstorm development, at least across southern Wisconsin. There have been a couple of showers and thunderstorms over the southern portions of Grant County. Most of the storms have been in Iowa and actually moving back toward the north and west away from Wisconsin. That's where there's a weak stationary front, and that's where also where the dew point temperatures are a little bit higher. Across the rest of Wisconsin, dew points are in the mid-60s. It's still humid, but dew points to the west are in the lower 70s. That's where the air is really humid. And if you take a look at future track precipitation because of that, over the next couple of days, most of the thunderstorms will be very widely scattered. So all the way through Monday morning, we're looking at generally maybe around 1/10 of an inch of rain if you average everything out. A lot of areas won't get anything. A few places will get maybe an inch and a heavier thunderstorm, but for the most part, precipitation amounts should be pretty light. Then we'll see some shower and thunderstorm chances through next week, every day, but again, most of the time it won't be raining. So you add up that rain, and you get to the end of next week, and we're looking maybe around 1/2 inch to an inch of rain. That's not very much for the middle of July. We normally, this time of year, we get about an inch of rain or close to it per week on average. So we're going to see a relatively dry period, but with lots of heat and humidity, and those temperature, the heat index values will be in the 90s. You can see those thunderstorms again over eastern Iowa. Upper level winds basically just kind of heading toward the north, and that just continues to draw up moisture from the south, and that will keep us humid for the time being. There's a stationary front to the south, a cold front that becomes stationary to the west. So the cold air the cooler air tries to move in our direction, and it just kind of hits a brick wall there, and then can't really move eastward very much. That first front doesn't have much of a temperature contrast around it. Temperatures in the 80s on either side of the front, but the dew point temperatures do drop off a little bit behind that front, so the air is a little drier there. But ahead of it, those dew points in the 70s over much of southern Minnesota and eastern Iowa. Southern Wisconsin right now, dew points in the mid to upper 60s. But again, those will continue to climb as we head into the weekend. So for tomorrow, partly sunny, very warm and humid. Just a slight chance for a shower or thunderstorm in the afternoon and evening. High temperature at 88. Heat index value between 90 and 95. Alert days are in the forecast for the 4th of July Saturday and for Sunday. For those highs in the lower 90s, heat index around 100. Maybe a thunderstorm chance Sunday afternoon to break the heat for a few people. But other than that, the forecast is pretty much the same all the way through next week. Just a little better chance for thunderstorms next week. But again, most of the time, it won't be raining.
And coming up in sports, the Bucks are back on the basketball court, while they're okay with a little rust as they restart their season. That's next on News 3 Now.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Happy 4th of July Super Sale, happening this week at the Brothers Maine. Come in now for more savings on more brands like Whirlpool, Maytag, KitchenAid, and Amana. We make upgrading your home more convenient at Maine with up to 18 months of 0% financing and expert-free delivery. Get more at the 4th of July Super Sale. More selection, more savings, and more satisfaction. And happy birthday, USA, from the Brothers Maine, your local store for more since 1938.
Where can you get top designer and name brand shoes at 60% off? DSW at Hy-Vee. We've slashed prices even more. All shoes were 50% off, but now are 60% off. That's right. All DSW shoes at Hy-Vee are now 60% off. Get 60% off all women's shoes, 60% off all men's shoes, and 60% off all kids' shoes. Check out DSW at Hy-Vee and get 60% off all shoes.
Incredible deals, huge markdowns, plus free doorstep shipping on everything. What a sale. The 4th of July sale at Slumberland Furniture.
You may not know them. The coffee shop owner who knows your order. The couple who saves your seats. The family down the street who greets you with a smile. They've been there for you. Now you can be there for them. Donate today and help help our friends and neighbors keep their power on.
I got your back, you got mine. Think about you all the time. Together we can come through. That's what love's made of. When it's made with love, it's made to be shared.
Things are looking hot but dry for the 4th of July weekend. Chris Reese is going to have an update in your First Warn forecast.
And new coronavirus restrictions go into effect Thursday morning. We'll tell you what you need to know before you plan your holiday weekend.
See you bright and early, starting at 4:30.
St. Norbert College has hosted the Packers during their training camp since 1958. That streak will end later this month. The team announced that due to COVID-19, they'll be using Lambeau Field's facilities for this year's camp. First-round draft pick Jordan Love will be at training camp for sure. The rookie signed with the Packers today and has been working out at Synergy Sports Performance in Green Bay over the past couple of days. And since being drafted, Love's main focus, learning his playbook.
It's been different. That's all I can say about it. It's just been a really different offseason. I mean, I wouldn't know what it'd be like without it, but I can say it's been different. Going from college to a system I was in, to just learning this new system, I guess right now that's the biggest thing for me is just trying to learn it, put my head into it, and dive into that.
Like Love, fellow rookie A.J. Dillon officially became a member of the Packers today, signing his rookie contract. Dillon rushed for nearly 4,400 yards in 3 seasons at Boston College. The Milwaukee Bucks are starting to get back into the swing of things. This week they're working out in small groups, and then next week they'll fly out to Orlando. Now remember, they haven't played together since March 9th. That's almost 4 months away from the game. So there's going to be some sloppy play at the start of this, but the Bucks are all right with that.
I know that I'm going to be a little bit rusty. I haven't played 5 versus 5 in a while. But, I'm excited. I'm excited to, get back, practice with my teammates. I'm excited to play games.
We're not going back to ground zero in our minds, both from a mental standpoint, from a physical standpoint, from a work that's been put in standpoint. But at the same time, we know we've got a long ways to go and a lot of work ahead of us.
And after a couple weeks off, Steve Stricker will be back out on the PGA Tour. The Edgerton native will tee off at the Rocket Mortgage Classic at 11:40 tomorrow. Last time out, he missed the cuts, and I always say, you were there Friday and Thursday. Why not play for the weekend, right? Play through the weekend.
Happy holidays.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. Gary's here with a final check of your forecast.
Well, there's a couple of showers and thunderstorms, mainly south and west of Wisconsin, but they could clip at least Grant County over the next few hours. Temperatures right now, mainly in the middle 80s through southern Wisconsin. Heat index values in the middle 80s as well. Dew point temperatures lower to middle 60s here, but to the west, you can see those dew points in the 70s out toward the Mississippi River. Tomorrow, look for a high of 88 degrees with just a slight chance for an afternoon thunderstorm. Dry for the weekend with highs in the lower 90s and temperatures upper 80s with thunderstorm chances every day next week.
All right, Gary, thank you. Thanks for joining us for News 3 Now at 6.
Enjoy your evening, and we'll see you back here at 10.